Hello there everyone and welcome to PS4 and a little video about the new photo mode for the Order 1886. Yay, look close up. Ooh, hello mate. Look at him. He's not pretty, is he? So I'm just going to do a quick walk through the photo mode, which has just been added as a patch to the Order 1886. I'm going to find something a little bit more witty and a slightly more open space to have a look at than this, but I thought I'd start off with a werewolf anyway. But there he is, look at him. Right into that magnificent moustache, look at that. Hello there, mate. Look, moustache. There is no game. Oh my god! Oh, look at that! I need to go to the dentist. That is that. Oh, let's do that with that. Oh, that. Ooh, look right through him. That's gross. Um, so let's go and find another place to play, and we'll have a proper look at this. Sorry, I just got to do that again. Where's his teeth gone? Where are you? Come here, mate. Say ah. Yeah, that's gross. I'm going to have to take a picture of that in a minute. No, I won't bother. Right, so we'll move on to another scene and we'll muck about this and see what it can do. Right, so I thought I would find myself a nice little place where we can do some combat and we've got a bit more space to kind of whiz around. Okay, so we're in cover. The way you do it, firstly, go to the pause menu and you activate photo mode here. So once you've uploaded the game, the patch will load in. It took about 6 minutes to load in on my my game actually to embed, but you've got to switch it on. And it seems to default to off every time you log out of the game, so you might have to go in and do it. And you activate photo mode by hitting the touchpad. So, wee art gun. I love the art gun. So you hit the touchpad. So I'm going to do this and that. Okay, so, oh gosh, it's caught the rumble. Right, okay, so we're now in photo mode. So the first thing you've got is the camera. So we can roll out, move around. Oh, Galahad like that. It gets a bit jerky. But look, it does give you a huge amount of freedom. So here I am. Oh, that is just not very pleasant, is it? That is really awesome. I think I might have to take a photo of that. But I mean, this is a gorgeous game. There is no doubting that. And to have a photo mode in it, absolutely brilliant. So this is moving left and right with the left thumbstick and zooming in and out, backwards and forwards, and the left thumbstick, left and right with left thumbstick, and then you rotate with the right. So you can look up, look down, and rotate around with the right thumbstick. So we can keep tracking in here. You've also got a crane, you can see there, which is on the D-pad. So I can go down and go up, which is quite good fun. And also there's a roll as well, which is that way, as you can see. Oh, and back again. The autofocus is on there as well, but it'll take some of the motion blur out. I'm not sure I want to do that yet, but because I think actually that's a pretty spectacular shot. Look at that. I mean, it's a very gory game, but it's really cool. Okay, so those are the camera options. I'm going to come back and play with that in a second. In fact, I'm going to adopt this shot. Let's take the dolly up a little bit, look down. I want to get Galahad in. I want to get him falling to bits. Isn't that cool? Okay, then you use L1 and R1 to scroll through your options. So the next option, if you hit R1, is the zoom. So you move in and out. I can zoom in and out with that one. Excellent. And then autofocus with L3, which I don't really want to do. So that's your focal length there. Next one is depth of field. Now, this is about where the camera looks. So if you pull your depth of field back, what should happen is different parts of the the picture should get sharper and others will blur out. So I'm moving that out can't see massive difference. Oh yeah, you can see in the foreground he's getting more and more blurry. There you go. Oh, you can see, you begin to see it now. You're losing all of the background there in London, and part of that, the arc is gone. So I'm going to want to kind of re-establish that like so. F-stop, again, this is bringing things into relief and more out of focus as well. So you can actually then decide which part of the picture you want to be particularly. See now he puts that in. The guy at the front now, he is much more in focus. If I bring that out, he's blurring himself out a little bit. Okay, color grading. I'll show you something really cool in a moment. That's normal. We've got disposable film. We've got chilled, chromium, early color. Yeah. What's that one? Vintage bay filter. Oh, that's quite cool. I like that one. Film reel, heritage, burnished, the attic, black and white, high contrast, vintage exposed, warm, cool, dream, amber, uncomfortable, interesting, solar flare, that's quite cool, negative, apocalypse, seeing red, holy roly, amazing, which is almost like 3D, isn't it? And we're back to the beginning again, and you can change the intensity. So if I'll get this early color, you can see underneath the early color there's 100%. If I then hit the R button and pull it down, I can reduce the intensity, so we're back to normal. So I can add a graded color scheme into it if I want to. Right, so you've also got brightness. So let's have a little look. Enough, push the left stick up, it gets brighter, pull the left stick down, it gets darker. Doesn't actually tell you, oh it does, doesn't it? I just want to get back to normal. And then lens flare intensity, let's see what that does. Whoa, it washes it out. Or brings it down a little bit. Put a little bit of lens flare in there, I think. Lovely. A bit brighter. And then the vignette, if you have a look, if I push that up, it fades out the sides a little bit. So if I push the vignette up and increase the intensity, it blurs out the sides. That's 100%. I quite like that actually. And then you've got film grain. So if you push that up, film grain brings in the blur and the intensity, gives it that kind of old film look. Quite liking that. Let's do that a little bit. And lock grading. I'll show you what that means. If you enable this on, like so, when I come back to the main game, it's going to maintain this look and feel. You can play the rest of the game with all of these kind of visual aspects, which I think is quite cool. And motion blur, you can put that on or off. I'm going to keep it on. Motion blur taken off will give some sharper details to some of it, because the game used motion blur a lot to kind of smooth out the frame rate. Okay, you can hide characters. This is interesting. I can hide I can hide Galahad. I can hide enemies. I can hide everyone. I'm going to keep them in. But if you wanted to go just for a visual representation of one of the scenes, because I mean they are beautiful, you can take the characters out. So we're back to where we started, and I am gonna get myself a photo. I quite like that. There, let's give it a little bit of roll. And I'm going to come down a little bit because we want to see his body disintegrating, which is quite cool. Focal length, I think there's fine. Let's have a look at depth of field for then, because I really want the guy in the front to be a little bit more in focus. I'm losing him now, aren't I? Ooh, I'll play around with that properly in a minute. There we go, that's better. Style, I quite like this. Yeah, that's cool. Exposure, lens flare, and vignette. That looks cool there. film grain. Done. Okay. So I'm going to press triangle to hide it, and I'm going to take a photo, like so. Awesome. Now, what happens when I go back to the action by touching the touchpad? Look, I'm now playing in that grain. That is really, I think that's really interesting actually. I like it. So that's a quick walkthrough of the photo mode in Order 1886. Wow. Might be worth having a play with. I might have a play with it because it's such a gorgeous game. It's probably worth doing. But anyway, thank you very much. As always, like, favourite, subscribe, do all of the sociables, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye for now.